Alright, so the easiest way to do this is just to flip this over on its back like this, because we want to get access to the electrical and the plumbing at the bottom of this. Alright, so first we're going to just go ahead and take off our kick plate here. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to install my supply line. Now, like I said, the kit comes with two connections here. Again, the one you're going to use is going to depend on the make and the model that you're installing and your supply line. So in my case, again, I'm just using this elbow here, and this is not necessary. But what I'm going to do is, before I get that installed, I'm just going to apply some Teflon tape here to the end here. Now, I'm going to apply this in a clockwise direction. And then I'll take my supply line here, both same size ends, so. And I want that facing backwards. And this should just go on easily like this, twist on like that. Take our pliers here. I'm just going to snug this up, not super tight. I want to over tighten it, so maybe. Then I'm going to put on my drain tube here. It's pretty easy here. So in here we've got two connections, two clamps here. We're just going to take there's a green one and a red one. In this case, we're going to take our green one here. And that clamp is going to go right there. All right, next we're just going to connect up our wiring here. And this is actually a star. Let's take that off. All right, so next we're just going to add our clamp in. I'm going to go ahead and feed our wire through it first. Now the other thing is, this does not come with wire nuts, so you're going to want to pick up some of the 14 gauge wire ones. The orange ones are fine. Cut this back a little bit. And then it's just going to be white to white. Black to black, and the green will go around here. Alright, so now I'm just going to make sure everything is out of the way. And then I over, stand it up. Now at this point we want to check our height too, because it's easier to adjust the back leg now than it is later. So, alright, so now I'm just going to feed all my connections through my hole in the back here. Now, if you have a hole up here too, you want to feed your drain tube through that, and I'll explain why later. But that's what you want to do for your drain tube. There is a way to get around that. But so right now I'm just going to feed these through. Now you want to get those through, and then we can feed this through. If you have a smaller hole, this will pinch. So that's why you want to feed those, and then come in with your drain tube. All right, so the next thing we need to consider before we get this pushed all the way in is how we're going to secure it. Now, there's an option for securing it on the sides or on the top. Now, if you have a wood or a laminate countertop, in most cases, you're just going to screw right into the countertop, and that's how you're going to secure it on the top. But if you have a quartz or marble or granite countertop, you're not able to do that. So an easy solution is to screw into the sides, and I'll show you how to do that. But in most cases now, when they install granite or quartz, they install this this bar between your cabinets here, and that bar is there in the event you can't secure to the sides, or you just prefer to screw it to the top. This has a bunch of holes in it, so you can secure the dishwasher to the top. So in both circumstances, I'm going to use these little brackets here. If I was going to do the side, there's a little slot right there, and you just slide that through like this, and it'll catch like that. And then you would take your pliers, and then you would just turn this over like that, so that or twist that so that it can't move. And then that locks it in place, and you can either leave that on, or you could snap this off, but your screw is going to go right through there when you secure it to the cabinet. So you'd push it all the way back in, and then you'd open the door here, and then you'd screw this in like that. And you have one of these on both sides. Now, if you're going to do the top, same concept for the most part. Slide that in, and it hooks in like that. And then you would screw up through here, up through this hole here, into this. Or you could use this depending on how far you're pushing your dishwasher back. But that's probably what I'm going to do. So I'll put that back in like that. Yep. All right, so next we're just going to get it leveled here. All right, so in your bag with the instructions and the clamps that came with the dishwasher, there's going to be a couple small screws, and those are what you're going to use to secure the dishwasher to the side or to the top. So now, like I said, I get to the top on your spot here. We want to use the same one on both sides. All right, so this is what I was talking about, your outlet back here at the beginning. Now the other thing you may want to make sure of is that a lot of times this is switched for your garbage disposal here. So if one of these is switched, you don't want your dishwasher running on a switched outlet. So you may have to adjust that, but usually it's the top one that's switched and the bottom one's not. This one specifically is not switched. Now the drain tube can either go to the sink here, a little drain on here, or it can go to the garbage disposal over here. In this case, the old one was hooked up here, so I'm going to hook it up that way. Now there's already a drain tube there, so I'm going to have to take that off. All right, so the other thing that's important about the drain tube is we need to stop any backflow. So we want our drain tube to come in higher than this. So this is why, if you've ever heard of the loop, the high loop on a drain tube, this is where you need that. So this is where the hole, where you might have a higher hole over here, where you're running your drain tube in. Now the other option, of course, would be to just take a little hook like this and secure it to the wall back here and then run your drain tube up there. That would work too. And that's what I'm going to be doing right now. So got our high loop. Now, as you'll see, this is not the right fit for that, but this part is. So what we need to do is cut that off, cut this larger size off. Now they've got this red one, and it's this red clamp, and it's supposed to be the one, but it works fine if it's the larger piece here, and not if it's a smaller one. So fortunately, I have other clamps from the old hose. Okay, now that that's connected, we can go ahead and connect up our water line. And you can see, for me, there's a connection underneath the hot water. I'm going to make sure that's on the hot water side. So I know it's real difficult to see, but it is under there. So we can just take our and we just need to plug it in. Alright, so now we're just going to hook up our handle here. Pretty easy. Basically, it's just a little screw there, and this comes with it. You just want to make sure there's plenty of room in there. Plenty of room in there. Alright guys, and there you go, and that's how you install a dishwasher. Like I said, not too difficult. One or two guys could probably easily handle this, but there you go. Thanks for watching. As always, if you're not already a subscriber, click that link below and become one, and we'll catch you on the next one.